Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to another episode of OxmanGarage. So today we have a package. Let's find out what's inside. Alright, and well, what's inside of that bag is a white box. Wonder what can be inside. What's it for? Here's some jingle, jingle, jingle. What vehicle do you guys think it's for? It's not the biggest box in the world. Let's open it up and find out, shall we? So let's get this bad boy open. And instructions, more than likely. And some of you probably now know what is in this box just by this. And if you don't, we have a smoked R6 taillight for none other than the scooter. So on the Ruckus. So as you saw back in the past, we trimmed or deleted the original taillight and license plate assembly. So where this goes up underneath of the seat. So that will give it a nice flush, clean look. Don't know exactly how I'm going to wire this up because the wiring for that is down here. So, and I have the carbon fiber deck, so we're gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get the wiring to up there cleanly to not obviously wreck the look of that. So yeah, that should be some fun. Let me slap this thing on. Well, not really slap. I'm gonna have to drill a couple holes on the seat, get the seat off the thing. Well, I'll show you. Let me get the seat off of the scooter and show you what we're gonna do. We got the seat off the Ruckus. So let's now mount that R6 taillight onto here. But first, let me show you where the bracket bolts up to, or supposed to bolt up to, or will bolt up to. All right, so we got the bottom of the seat, front, back, and this bracket. We got this little cutout. So what happens is you see here, there's nothing here, and this is the back. So this bracket bolts onto right here, goes around this piece, and the taillight bolts onto right here. So I'm going to go and get these 3 pilot holes drilled out and get this mounted to show you guys what it looks like. And it looks like you can see it. I've put a dimple there, I've put a dimple right there, and I've put a dimple right there. So what I'm going to do is get the drill out and put tiny little pilot holes for the screws to lock into. So these are not self-tappers that came with it, but they are pretty coarse. So I'll put a small hole in the middle and then put these in my hand so I don't strip out the plastic, because that would be quite unfortunate. Alright, so we have all the pilot holes created. So the screws will just screw. I don't want to start this and have it go and eat, but it'll screw right into that hole perfectly. So let's get the taillight onto the bracket and get the taillight on the seat. Trying this one-handed is not easy, guys. Alright, gotta have hit plastic wrapping. It was way too hard to try to do that on camera. But, so right, these plastic pieces right here, the mounting brackets that I'm going to use obviously to mount it, apparently there's been some issues with these eventually breaking off, becoming brittle. So there's a company that makes metal bracket pieces that try to reinforce it to make it a little stronger, and I might buy those, or I might just reinforce it myself. I mean, a little piece of metal shouldn't be that hard to make, and just probably JB weld it, make it a little stronger so I don't have that issue down the road. But yeah, lo and behold, there she is. Let me get that onto that bracket and let's get it on the seat. Alright guys, so we got the tail lamp assembly onto the bracket. And you know, it's always really important to test fit things before you start drilling holes in it. So if I were to mount this assembly right here, it actually pushes out and doesn't give it that clean look. But if I slide this all the way back just a little bit, it gives it that nice clean look. So I'm going to be re-drilling 3 more holes to mount this bad boy up. I'm also going to see if I can find, drill a small hole there and find a screw to hold this up here. So this is hard plastic just like the rest of it, and if I can find that, what I can do is give this a little bit more rigidity, so I'm not relying just on these two mounting points, which tend to break sometimes, and it'll give it a little bit less stress. And it's also up top, so it's kind of going to help gravity a little bit. Also, what I'm going to be doing is I've already fed it through this little hole, and I'm going to feed it through this one as well. What these were for, or are for, is the Honda lock. So you can buy from the dealership a lock assembly that actually just fits on the bottom of here. I haven't bought it. I'm not going to buy it. So I'm going to use this to give it that nice clean look. And then this is the side of the seat that bolts to the seat frame. So what I'm going to try to do is find a way to route this wiring down to the lower frame to give it a nice clean look to get this bad boy power. So let me get this rest of the way up and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And we got that taillight assembly installed, and I even found a little screw that were even shorter than these and had the same coarse thread to put down into there. So now that's even more supported than, well, it's actually supported exactly how it's originally designed, and it's supported better than anybody sends it out. So let's get this back on the scooter and check out how it looks at the end. And there we have it, the finished product. Looks phenomenal. It's all tucked up in there nicely. No ugly rear taillight assembly anymore. It's nice, clean look. Can't wait to see them powered up. But obviously, we still can't because I don't have a battery box. Let's talk about that. Battery box update time. So, I've yet to even give him my battery box. It's been 2 months. So 2 months ago or so, I was supposed to meet up with him 2 weeks after him and I had set a date. Those 2 weeks came, those 2 weeks went. I messaged him on that day, and he didn't message me back. So I don't know where to meet him up because he's a moving guy. He goes from marina to marina to marina. He's always moving, so it's not like I can just drop by and say, "Hey man, what's going on?" So I'm at his mercy as far as that's concerned. I've contacted him. He's messaged me back. We've set another date. That date came and went, and so on. So I'm just going to be patient, and I hope you guys can be patient with me. I need him to do a bunch of other work. I need him to restore the hood and the trunk on my Neon, and I also want him to do a couple other things for my cars and projects I have, so I just got to be patient. Hopefully he can message me soon and we can get this thing rolling. I know several of you have reached out to me about getting battery boxes, so I haven't forgotten about you guys. Promise they're coming. Don't know when, but they're coming, I hope. I mean, the only other option I have is to hydro dip, which I don't really want to do. So either I'm do that, or I know somebody else who can do it, but I don't really know their work. They've never done anything for me, so I really don't want to do that. I really want to stick with the guy who I know, trust, and his work's great. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. The ones, like I said, who have reached out to me, I haven't forgotten about you, so please just be patient with me as I'm being patient with him. But yeah, so on top of that, I've got some other ideas, some things I want to buy for this Ruckus. Don't know if and when. Well, don't know which ones I'm going to buy. One thing I did do is, I forget if I've mentioned it or not, but I bought the foot pegs that bolt right here, right there, not the X, that bolt all the way up here. And then I bought this piece that doesn't allow that to happen. So then I went to, okay, let's go get the other one that does the cross. Guess what? I can't find it anymore. That piece is like discontinued. So now I'm at a crossroads there. There's one that bolts right here and right there, but then doesn't kind of clean this up. I have a carbon fiber tank cover coming. I just ordered that this week, so I hope to get that in the next week or two. And I'm kind of thinking about getting the pieces that go on the sides and trying to clean this all up and just make it all nice and carbon fiber, just make it all nice and clean instead of, just having the cover here. So we'll see. Maybe I will, maybe we won't. That's everything on the Ruckus right now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, guys, and like Squawk, please go smash that like button for me. But just like that, this vlog is over, and peace out.